Imagine a world where the very institutions meant to protect us are secretly plotting our demise. Sounds like science fiction, right? But what if I told you this nightmare scenario is unfolding right before our eyes? In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal a shocking truth that will change the way you see everything. The energy system, including fossil fuel industries and financial institutions, has been orchestrating a meticulously planned campaign to destroy organized human life on Earth. This isn't some wild conspiracy theory. It's a harsh reality backed by evidence and expert analysis. At the forefront of this sinister plot is a political base that has taken root in the Republican Party since 2009. Think about it. Why would those in power actively work towards our destruction? The answer lies in a complex web of greed, short-term profits, and a blatant disregard for the future of humanity. These powerful entities have been systematically undermining environmental protections, promoting climate change denial, and blocking crucial legislation that could mitigate the impending disaster. But the threat doesn't stop there. The coming Supreme Court case could set a dangerous precedent that would effectively prevent any government measures aimed at restricting fossil fuel use or limiting environmental destruction. This potential ruling could be the final nail in the coffin for our planet's future, giving free rein to those who prioritize profit over the survival of our species. The gravity of our situation is perhaps best illustrated by the doomsday clock, a symbolic representation of how close humanity is to global catastrophe. Currently, it's set at a mere 100 seconds to midnight, the closest it's been since 1953. This alarming proximity to potential annihilation is due to a perfect storm of growing threats: the specter of nuclear war, the relentless march of global heating, and the widespread deterioration of rational discourse in our society. Let's break down these threats one by one. The risk of nuclear war has been steadily increasing, with tensions between global superpowers reaching dangerous levels. The proliferation of nuclear weapons and the erosion of international treaties designed to prevent their use have left us teetering on the brink of unthinkable destruction. Global heating, driven by unchecked carbon emissions and environmental degradation, is rapidly approaching a point of no return. We're witnessing more frequent and severe natural disasters, rising sea levels, and the collapse of ecosystems crucial for our survival. Yet those with the power to enact meaningful change continue to drag their feet, prioritizing short-term economic gains over the long-term survival of our planet. Perhaps most insidious of all is the deterioration of rational discourse in our society. The spread of misinformation, the polarization of political ideologies, and the erosion of trust in scientific expertise have created a perfect breeding ground for inaction and denial. This breakdown in our ability to engage in meaningful dialogue and make informed decisions based on facts has left us paralyzed in the face of existential threats. The combination of these factors paints a grim picture of our future. We're facing a multifaceted assault on organized human life, orchestrated by those who should be safeguarding our interests. The energy system's campaign of destruction, the potential legal roadblocks to environmental protection, and the looming threats represented by the doomsday clock all point to a future that is becoming increasingly uncertain and perilous. But here's the thing. It's not too late to change course. We still have the power to stand up against these forces of destruction and demand a different future. It starts with awareness. Understanding the true nature of the threats we face and the systems that perpetuate them. From there, we must take action, supporting leaders and policies that prioritize long-term sustainability over short-term gains, holding corporations accountable for their environmental impact. In working to rebuild the foundations of rational discourse in our society, the end of organized humanity is not an inevitability, it's a choice that is being made every day by those in power and by each of us in our daily lives. The question is, will we continue down this path of destruction, or will we rise to the challenge and fight for a future worth living in? The clock is ticking, and the fate of humanity hangs in the balance. What side of history will you be on?